Hello, good day, my friends, and welcome to West Tokyo Midday Show, where today I will attempt to cover topics that are specific, in a demographic that is so obscure that I can be quite sure that nobody else is really talking about it, making me the number one source for specific, obscure, and uninteresting news. So please don't forget me, subscribe, and do come back soon. If you've watched any of my earlier videos, you know that I love talking about religion. Ooh, God, that turns off a lot of people now, doesn't it? Because it makes everybody uncomfortable. So, sit back, relax, open a beverage, and get comfortable. Because I'll try and keep it interesting and do it all in one take. So let's see, swearing will go unedited. And mistakes, wrong words, bad grammar, that's all there, so please send your complaints to Ero Jero 6@gmail.com or just leave it in the comments below, but watch your language, because my mom's on this, so just joking, I'm an orphan. At any rate, you probably know, if you've seen any of my videos, that I love talking about religion and politics and the way that religion can influence politics. Some of you, if you're still awake, stay with me here for a second. I live in West Tokyo, and I work right in the heart of Tokyo. I love asking people's opinions about this stuff, which is so unorthodox. And if people knew, if maybe my bosses knew that I do this at work, they might not be so happy about it. But I'm tasteful, I'm polite, and super open-minded. That being said, I don't get a lot of great reactions. Japanese people are really they're not confident when it comes to talking about things like this. And recently, I think I've uncovered why that is. But to give a little context, I got to take us 9 years back to when I was a Mormon missionary. And sometimes I was a little bit, I could get frustrated as a missionary. I would visit the Mormon members' homes. These were some of the stronger, more respected Mormons in Tokyo. And their homes were a safe haven, because we were just getting rejected left and right, day after day. And we would finally come into someone's home where I knew they shared the same beliefs as I did. My message would be welcome, and they would serve us a hot, delicious meal and share their culture with us. So, what a blessing. Got to do it at least once a week. But every now and then, more often than I was comfortable with at the time, I would go in there, we would sit around the table, we would say a standard family Mormon prayer, taking me right back home. And then one of the family members would go kneel in front of a Buddhist little shrine and ring a bell, say a little prayer, and I'm like, what? Right? Aren't you Mormon? What are you doing? And man, that was kind of upsetting to me. I just couldn't figure out why they would put on a face of being such a good church member, but they would be stabbing God in the back by, following another religion. It blew my mind. And it bothered me for a while until I eventually left Mormonism. And then I stopped thinking about it. And in some ways, I kind of embraced it. I thought, that's some open-minded people. They don't feel like they have to let go of one thing to adopt something else. And this was explained to me in greater detail recently, when I asked someone their opinion on a political issue, and they said, Japanese people don't like talking about politics because they just don't think anybody will understand. In a lot of other cultures, especially Western cultures or Middle Eastern, everything is so black and white. We divide ourselves into parties based on what we believe, and we tend to adopt the tenets of that party as our own because it gives us a sense of belonging. Now, this probably comes from a long culture of religion, Really, religion is what has often put things in black and white for us, heaven and hell. The believers, the faithful versus the sinners, and you are either in or you are out. Now, Buddhism has taught more of a path of moderation in all things, not extremism, which also explains why they have a lot fewer wars. Granted, there have been some, but a lot fewer wars than those that have been, instigated on the basis of Islam or Christianity, which, that is not to, that's not to pigeonhole either one of those religions as bad for what they do, but it's just a fact that not the believers are bad, but that history, the history stands on its own. It's happened. So, and I'm not glorifying the Japanese here either. I just had someone a couple of weeks ago try to deny every war crime that was ever committed by the Japanese in World War II. I mean, give me a break, man. But I managed to keep my cool there too. At any rate, Buddhism has always preached more of a law of moderation in all things, not extremism. Take the best of what you can from wherever. This means that people aren't necessarily educated in talking about what they believe. They don't have a list of tenets. They don't have a publication. They don't have a news station, whether it be CNBC or Fox News, that dictates to them what their party believes, because people just take from here and there. If a system of beliefs is on an x-axis, oh man, I need this show needs graphics. If a belief range of beliefs is somewhere on an x-axis, we don't have different beliefs in different quadrants, but more of circles that create something, different circles that create more of a Venn diagram. People's beliefs intersecting at different points, but definitely not isolated or divided into different quadrants, like they tend to be in other parts of the world where people identify themselves by a certain political party. So, anyway, I found it fascinating. I want to learn more about it. I think it's beautiful because people are able to form their thoughts and not just drink the Kool-Aid of a political party that educates its followers through various mass medias. So big respect to that. The downside is, it's just harder to talk about politics here, and so I want to learn how to. I think people do it. I want to learn more about Japanese politics, and I intend to. And finally, I want to talk about Movember, because it's not a thing here. I learned yesterday that people don't trust people with mustaches, but I decided to grow mine out. It is Movember, and I've been supporting and participating in Movember since about 2008. So, if your chromosomes dictate that you can grow a mustache, please do support the cause. This is for men's health awareness and prostate cancer. If your chromosomes do not dictate that you grow a mustache, then please, encourage your significant other or some dude around you. All right, thank you so much, guys. What I talked about today might not make any sense, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it means something to you. I will continue to find out what's going on politically out here and bring you an update in the near future, which I keep on saying that I'm going to do, and I keep on lying to you, but here's what I've done. I realized that maybe the reason why I stopped making videos as regularly as I did before was because my studio, if you want to call it that, was up in the loft. I had my lights, I had my backlighting there, and I had my tripod, my camera up there, and then I moved everything back down here on my regular floor. I moved my phone down, and I just have been living down here and not going up there, so I've moved the studio down here, got the curtains behind me as my new backdrop. And so let's keep this thing going. If you got questions, if you got comments, if you got something that you want me to talk about, I will certainly do it, because I am obnoxious enough to feign to have an opinion about just about anything. So let's do this thing, and I will talk to you soon. We're going to have a special guest here on here shortly, named Aubrey. Aubrey is an English teacher in Chiba, and we're bringing her on because she's one of the few people that wants to oppose the opinion, widely accepted opinion, that your IQ does not drop in proportion to the number of times you say "Roll Tide." Yes, that's right. She's a true blue Alabama girl, and we're going to bring her on and talk a little bit about some of the socio-political issues that she has noticed in Japan. So we will chat about that next time. Take care. Flip side.